At this stage, then when the design has been produced. In fact, to develop land, it can range from something easy to something very complex, like that mixed-use development. Inside it, there are service apartments, details, and even some other elements like hotels, Grade A offices, and so on. The higher and bigger complexity and difficulty increases the development value. However, if mistakes are made, the consequences are quite severe. Some of these errors can be fatal and lead to losses for the entire project. Here's my contact, and finally, we can see this slide. I'll start from something simple. What is project management? So, we have a rough understanding of the whole project, each operator, each location, and we call each of them a project. Let's call it a project, right? So, project management is how we apply our knowledge and skills to execute a project effectively and efficiently. For example, if we're working on a strata, that's a high-risk element that we haven't really explored yet. But we need to form the joint management body, and when the strata title is issued, we'll also need a foundation and a management corporation. A simple way to put it is that project management, at its core, is about making sure each group and each person completes the tasks they need to do. In fact, environmental projects are projects too, but what we're discussing now is real estate and property development. In general, land value or price will always be increasing about 2% or 3% return or land value appreciation per year in normal situation. But some situation can become very negative, like having a chemical plant built right next to the land, causing the land's value not only not increase but also to decrease or become lower priced. Actually, in general, property prices tend to increase. However, only the neighboring or nearby properties developments can lead to a huge increase in prices. This increase is usually around 8% to 10% per year. The organic raw land's price increase will not be as much than doing property development on your own land. After buying the land, we need to prepare and submit a concept plan to obtain development order, and then submit the CCC, Certificate of Compliance and Completion, to the relevant authorities. Initially, you can use the empty land for various purposes like setting up installations or car washing. But if you turn it into a multi-story building, the area increases significantly. For example, if you go from a single story to a 4-story building, the area could increase by 4 times. The value of a property increases when it becomes more complex, like a hotel or apartment building, where people can use it for different purposes such as residential, office, and more. So, when landowners buy land, they expect the prices to rise, but having too high expectations can hinder deals. The key is to develop the land to maximize its potential. If lack knowledge in this area, our company provides project management consultancy. Furthermore, we don't just offer management consultancy anymore, we also collaborate with landowners to develop their land. This way, both parties benefit. The landowner has the land, and we have the skills, contacts, and resources to turn the land into valuable real estate. Alright, this is a summary of what I gathered from Sunrise and Ma Singh PhD. In real estate, it all begins with understanding customers' needs. Whether it's buying residential, commercial, or office properties, we need to adapt to the different property demands in the area. From low-rise houses to high-rise condos, we must cater to the market's needs. This requires market research to understand what potential buyers are looking for. For instance, some buyers might want affordable housing, while others are willing to pay more for higher quality or larger units in prime locations. The project starts with affordability. If the buyer can afford a higher price, then we can begin the higher price project. We then move into the design and planning phases before delving into the details of development. The details involve understanding the area's potential, like how many units can fit in a given space. We might start with smaller units per floor for efficiency, but we'll balance that with the overall design. Larger buildings can have more units, but we also need to consider factors like lift lobbies, corridors, and common spaces. If I've explained this too concisely, don't worry. The slides have more information, and you can always reach out for further clarification. I'm here to help, and we can discuss any projects you're interested in. From start to finish, we assist with everything, introducing the land to developers, evaluating its potential, determining the right type of development, and establishing a reasonable land value. After that, if the landowner agrees, we move into design, architecture, and services, getting the necessary approvals, and then managing the project, even after completion. Developing a real estate project requires a dedicated team, especially since it involves and deals with various departments and regulations. The development department for developers is crucial to ensure that the project runs smoothly across its complex phases. The ultimate goal is to deliver a successful project that meets market demands while offering a valuable and efficient living or working space, and then need to submit to Building Plan Department. Now, there is new requirements is to submit CFUS, Shigil Formula Unit SIRE or Certificate of Share Unit Formula, plans to the government for approval. In this project, we need to indicate how much build-up area is involved, the share factor for each unit, and how the project total build-up area is divided among the individual units. This division helps determine what percentage of maintenance costs each unit needs to bear. Strata Title Act applies to each high-rise development project. But land development doesn't need to apply CFUS. In any high-end development, there are maintenance costs for various components like lift, landscaping, corridors, painting, etc. These costs are distributed based on share factors based on the number of units. Both larger and smaller units contribute differently. A larger project with 200 units has different financial responsibilities compared to smaller ones. Each unit owner needs to contribute a share of these costs including the sinking fund. These can be managed by a management system or an IT system.